I've been working for about the last 15 years of my career focusing on the environmental and social impacts of the way we make the products that we use every day. And today I'm going to talk about the fashion industry and the impact that it has on climate, and specifically on climate. We estimate that the carbon emissions of this industry fall somewhere between 2% and 8%, depending on which report you've read recently. And we know that the industry has established a science-based target to cut their carbon emissions in half by the year 2030. You know, why fashion and why is fashion important? To me, it's an interesting way in which we communicate. It's a way in which we brand ourselves. It's how we tell stories. It's the sports we play. It's the lives that we live. But it also employs many, many people around the planet, and it intersects with so many other industries like regenerative agriculture and electricity and energy, food as well. So with an industry that's making these kinds of targets, how are they going to reach this goal? And they're really looking to scale the same kinds of solutions that many of us are talking about this week around clean energy, renewable thermal heat technologies, regenerative agriculture. So enter my organization, the Apparel Impact Institute, and we have announced a $250 million fashion climate fund to help the industry scale these solutions. This is a catalytic capital finance strategy that we've been developing along with some of the largest brands in the world. And those companies are Target Corporation, PVH, which is the parent of Tommy Hilfiger and Calvin Klein, H&M Group, the H&M Foundation, Lululemon, as well as Eric and Wendy Schmidt through the Schmidt Family Foundation. But the problem is that many of the ideas that the industry has are fragmented across a bunch of industry initiatives and a bunch of different projects. There's no real center of gravity for collaboration until our organization really pulled together a strategy for launching a climate solutions portfolio approach. And with that, attaching it to $250 million in grant making as a donor-pooled fund that's pooled from these leaders of the industry and philanthropy. And as I said, the goal is to evaluate programs and solutions against a science-based, data-driven approach to really follow the carbon, to invest in those projects and solutions in the supply chain which are going to yield the fastest and quickest route to reach those targets by 2030, as well as total decarbonization by 2050. It's a data-driven, science-based approach. And today we're also announcing that we are aligning it with $2 billion in blended capital to drive debt and equity against our catalytic grant making into the supply chain attached to our $250 million grant making engine. So that's $2 billion in sustainable finance to scale solutions that decarbonize the way we make our clothes. And this is just the tip of the spear, really. It's really the work that we want to get started towards unlocking the ultimate strategy, which is going to require $1 trillion in debt and equity, subsidy, as well as corporate contribution and philanthropy. So between now and 2050, we have a lot of work to do, but we believe that this work is really going to help set this in the right direction. As Tom Steyer said to us last night, capitalism scales, and that's the strategy that we're taking. So this is really a big moment for the fashion industry because it's about innovating the way they produce our clothes. So to learn more about our $2 billion Unlock strategy, our climate solutions portfolio, and the partners who are already a part of this project, you can go to our website at fashionclimatefund.org. You can join our panel tomorrow morning at 11:30, and you can find me and follow me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much.